Okay, so this is going to be about my box. So, excuse me if I'm tired. I apologize. I have been in the shop all day long designing and building a wire bending jig setup for making lures, fishing lures, and kind of tired. But this came in today, and I wanted to make a video because I wanted to show this to you guys because I am super excited on this one. So, and hopefully it'll be uploaded tomorrow morning, Sunday, and you'll be seeing this in the morning. So there you go. Um, I'd like to take a second because I don't think very many people actually watch to the end of the video, and that's usually when I do this. But only about 97% of my viewers are subscribed. And I'd like to ask if you enjoy the content that you would subscribe. Watch along, and if you find that this is something that you like, I'd ask that you would subscribe. So let's get on to the video. Let's open my box. Inside my box is a box. Now, tell me, come on, in the comments, tell me, are you surprised? I hope not. This is a model C24052-1 Buster FG Black Course G10 handles, black stone washed Nitro V blade satin finish. This is going to look major cool. And of course, it's the standard Civivi pouch. And there's the big old monster itself. And you got the usual Civivi stuff in the pouch. Wow. Look there. That is one forevermore massive knife. That is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. The Civivi Buster FG. Look, man, that is, I was going to say a mouthful, but that's a handful. That is a handful. So it is a, what would you, or like a reverse tanto, sheep's foot style blade. It is a super lock. That is captive, just like it is in the Vision FGs. It's designed by SNIX, which is the same one as the Vision FG. I saw this one and I was like, man, this is the one I got to get because it's got the brass in the background underneath the G10 handles. And it's openings. This is just cool. I mean, I'm seriously liking it. It is a open skeletonized frame. No back spacer. Of course, you got the lock. And if I'm not mistaken, that lock is much firmer than the Vision FGs. Much firmer. And I think it's nice that the pocket clips over here, because I've got the Vision R in the pocket clips on the back, which I don't get that. I really don't. So let's see here. Okay, so yeah, it's not bad. It's real. Well, I say it is, and then I start messing up. It's real easy to catch the timing. It's just this is so strong. This is very stout. That blade is just MASIVE. And of course, it is major Civivi sharp. No burrs. Of course, I mean, I wouldn't expect it to have any burrs. Um, so in the hand, I can feel the pocket clip down here, right here in my hand. But it is not really bothering me. You know, a lot of use or something. I don't know how that would be, but it's not. I don't. It's not gouging. It's not gouging my hand. So the pocket clip is a. I'd say it's on the heavier side of medium. It is recessed. It is deep carry. Just that small portion would be sticking up. And the screws are recessed in the pocket clip. And it is reversible for left-hand carry. So it's got a very deep finger choil. And even with my old fat fingers, I don't think I would get on top of that blade. Now it's got finger jimping back here and a very strange dent, like a heavy detent right there. I don't know if you can see that too well. It does seem, yeah, it's showing up. So it's got a heavy detent there. I don't really know what that detent is, the point of it, but that's fine. I mean, it's not that big a deal. Holding the knife, and see, even with my little short fingers, I can get to that comfortably without getting into the finger choil. And then coming up there on the finger choil, I'm closer into that dent. Someone with long fingers would probably be up here and off the finger jimping, but I'm still in it, so that's nice. And again, of course, the flat grind. You know, I love the flat grind. Looking at the blade profile here, you can see kind of it's a teardrop. So you've got a bevel on the top, and this bevel tapers. It's wide here and it tapers to the back on both sides. And so that kind of gives you that teardrop shape there. This is a flat right here, and then it drops off into the flat grind on the sides of the blades. And again, you guys know I love a flat grind. And I like how it's got the dent. It's got an indent there for your finger. So you got a lot of grip here. You've got a lot of grip. It's not exactly what I would call a jigger, but you can do some jigging with it for sure. I would call this a slicer and a dicer for sure. I mean, you can get in there and you can really get some deep cuts. Do some kung fu. Um, let's see. Okay, so here is the liner, and the liner is, I want to get this right. The liner is flush here. It may not look like it the way I'm holding the knife, but the liner is flush right back up through here. That corner is a little bit proud of the liner, not in the rest of the knife. Maybe a little bit there. So the scales are could use a little more, a little closer look by quality control. So this scale right here, in here in the point, and this scale over here does seem to be a little larger. Yeah, it definitely is. It's not bad, but I mean, I can feel it. And my old callous hands, I mean, that's probably saying a lot. Somebody with sensitive fingers could definitely feel the difference. But anyway, so the liner is flush across the front, so you don't have to worry about any of that catching in your fingers. And on the back side, you can see how the liner is proud of the scales. And then, of course, the skeletonized inset on the side scales. You can see that brass, and that's why I really, really like this one. And this is the one that I jumped on. So I found out about the Buster FG a long time ago and was trying to get it, and Civivi wasn't doing any pre-orders, and it's like, I'm not important because I'm not monetized on eBay, YouTube, and so out of luck. And the big knife gurus, did a little review on it. Of course, Civivi took care of them and sent them one. Uh, but a viewer of mine recently made a comment and said that he saw they were pre-ordered and he pre-ordered one. And so I jump on Civivi's website and they have the other ones I could pre-order. This one was out of stock. And I was like, wow, that really looks like the better one. And so I got on eBay of all places. It was 107 or 115 on Civivi's website. No, 120 something, I think. And then I jumped on eBay and I found them for 97. Free shipping. And this one was in stock. And here it is. So you can see that the liner is like flush here, and then it comes out proud and then tapers back off flush again. So I kind of like it. It's got all kinds of character to this knife. I really, really like it. So Nitro V, designed by Snicks, and that's all you got on the blade. You got the design by Snicks, and then the Nitro V is so camouflaged. It's just a very light laser engraving, and it's very small, and so you can read it, but it's not intrusive. I mean, you can barely see it. So really, on the show side, there's nothing. It's just the knife, and so that's really cool. Now, I wish what would make it perfect is if there was an insert, a filler, right here, um, in place of the pocket clip. Now, in the pocket clip here, I would like it better if it filled this area. So it's a standard Civivi pocket clip, but that huge cutout right there. So it's cut out to allow for a much larger pocket clip, or at least a base that would fit in here. So I really wish that it was refined to where it just filled, this pocket clip just filled in there. So it wasn't quite such a big milled out area. I think it would really be much better if there was a filler over here and it was actually cut smaller for the pocket clips. The knife is not real heavy. I mean, it is, let's see, I think I got a scale actually in all this big conglomeration of mess that I've got here. And let's go ahead and close it up. Let's say 4.5 ounces. 6.4. So 2.4, no, 2.01 or 2.1 ounce off. So I'm not real good at this guessing the weight. So anyway, I mean, it's just, I can't say enough good stuff. I mean, honestly, it's much, much bigger. I mean, look at that. The blade is, if you just want depth of jugging, 4.25. So you got a 4.25 from the tip back to the top of the scales here. Blade edge, you have just shy, a 1/16 of an inch shy of 4 inches of actual cutting edge of the blade. Um, The thickness. Let's check out the thickness. 0.162, or just let's just say 0.16. Uh, so you've got a lot of texture to these G10 scales. They are very, very textured. Um, and it kind of looks like sharp edges, but it's not. Everything is rounded or chamfered. Um, Now, right there at the transition between the chamfer and the texturing on the scale, you can feel a little bit of transition, but of course, it's not that big a deal. Uh, the blade, it just flies open. I mean, it seriously does. It's not an issue. Now let's see if we can. Not quite. I can flick it open, but I gotta really get on it, and I can't side flick it. Maybe maybe with some practice I can. That's a big old blade. It's a lot of mass to get moving. It really is. So I'm putting a little bit of wrist action in there. So let's try not to. You can get it open without any wrist action. Uh, and of course, I mean, it can be rolled open easy for a quiet opening. Uh, well, once you play with it for a little while, you get the timing down pretty easy on the super lock. So it is just much a blade. It is much a blade. This blade, I think, would be. I mean, it kind of reminds you to a certain extent of a cleaver as to how big it is and how beefy and thick the blade is. Uh, I don't think this would be a carry. Honestly, I don't think that right there would be a carry as far as I'm concerned. And I say that because the size of the knife, it's a huge knife. It looks great. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I have no issues at all uh, with this knife. But it's huge, and so it's definitely a pocketful. It's not heavy, of course. It's 6.4 ounces, so it's not super heavy, but it is a pocketful. And so this particular knife right here, uh, I think it would be used great to be, say, in a bag for camping, for you know food preparation and stuff like that. I think it would work really, really good for that. You got a lot of blade there to do slicing and dicing and food preparation for sure. Uh, and so, uh, and hey, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've carried big knives. The Praxis, the full size Praxis, is a pretty big knife, and I've carried it. And so I really, the size wise, closed. Uh, it is, so you're looking at 5.5 inches closed. Uh, and then looks like, let's just see, 1.74. So it looks like at the widest point it's 1.74, almost an inch and 3/4 in width. And so now it's tip up only. Uh, and so this knife right here, I believe that it's easily carried. I don't think there's any problem at all carrying it, and I will carry it. And I may change my mind that it's just fine for EDC. It's just a large, very, very large knife, and it makes it a little bit unwieldy for just whipping it out to just cut boxes open and this and that and the other, um, and just to do average odds and ends with it. Usually I carry a bunch of knives, but usually I carry a right hand knife, and that knife I'm going to use for just whatever. Right now, it's a Flytanium beef, and I use that for whatever I'm going to do, opening boxes, whacking, hacking, and whatever. And it's a pretty good sized knife. As a matter of fact, let me get it, and we'll compare the beef with this. So if you have the Flytanium beef, and you can see it's I used it. Uh, so and then this is the Flytanium Arcade. Now this is my carry setup right now. This is in my left pocket, and I haven't converted it. Converted it to left hand uh, carry, but because usually that knife I'll do that with. This is my, if I want to cut a steak, if I want to cut food, if I want to do something or whatever with. I've whacked squirrel tails off with this one. So, long story. I didn't kill the squirrels. Let's put it that way. I have years ago, but not these. Anyway, and so this is my workhorse. This is my gentleman's knife. And you can see how huge the difference is. Now, this is a big knife right here. But this right here is a workhorse knife. And you can see how big, how different, how big a difference it is. And here, let's just take the old Ozark Trails bug out killer. Look at it in comparison. Stick that baby in there so you can see it in next to the beef. And then a Benchmade 940 knockoff. You can see it in comparison. And it's about, not well, no, the beef's longer. So you can see that this is a huge knife in its size. And so that it's big. I just can't. It's a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm going to have to carry it for a bit to see if I think it's just too big to carry all the time. And some people, if you like big knives, this is your knife. So anyway, I don't know if this brass is going to end up tarnishing. I'm gonna carry it just to see how the brass and everything holds up. But I mean, I like it. I'm glad I got it. I really am. Again, that uh, and it seems to be loosening up. I mean, it's not. Maybe it's just because it's new. Because it was pretty tight to begin with. Now you don't have jimping on the back, but you do have jimping on the top. And one thing I'd say, like on the Flytanium, it's very small, fine jimping, but there's also jimping back here, but it's very grippy. Here, it's very large and spaced jimping, but it is well defined and it really catches my finger. This jimping up here on the back of the blade is the same thing. It's large. It's like a real coarse style jimping, and it's not sharp edges, but it's sharp enough that it really grips and catches. So again, this knife is not something you're just going to drop. Now it does feel a little blade heavy because its handle is G10 and that brass, I guess, is just not enough mass to compensate. Uh, so the handle just feels light. But that blade, I mean, I see getting a lot of hacking in with that blade. So anyway, uh, there you have it. The Buster FG, black course. I'm not really sure what all that stands for, but the Buster FG um, is a definite winner. Double thumbs up. And so anyway, I would ask that if you like this kind of content, that you would like and subscribe. And if you don't like this kind of content, I would ask that you would subscribe anyway, because you're gonna find something you like. Archery, electronics, fishing, lure making, rod building, machining, you name it, programming, just a little bit of everything is what this channel is all about. And so I would ask that you'd stick around, and I will see you next time. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.